If, like me, at times you struggle with your weight, then stick around until the end of this video. Lumen, the world's first metabolic coach, has important insights tailor-made for you. In the wake of Donald Trump's win in 2016, there was something that I said frequently. It's that we're really going to have to rely upon journalists at the time, is what I said, on authors of books, on the judiciary to push back against the fascistic agenda of Donald Trump. And I'm going to take a little bit away from journalists because we witnessed them miss the moment, just fail the assignment, abdicate their constitutionally protected role in reporting on Donald Trump. They did such a bang-up job of creating some false equivalence between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, as though there's any equivalence or balance there whatsoever. They failed. But there's another group across the country. There are right around 10, maybe 11 or so, attorneys general in blue states who are going to be the tip of the spear in pushing back against the agenda of Donald Trump, at the very least, to slow the implementation of this agenda. At the very least, to throw up roadblocks in courts that will tie up the Trump team. And Kris Mayes is one of these people. Kris Mayes is the Attorney General for the state of Arizona. And if you're worried about some of these cases out there that involve the attempt to overthrow the United States government, the attempt to overturn a free and fair settled American election in 2020, if you're worried that those cases are just going to go away, worry not. As long as we have people like Kris Mayes on the payroll and on the job. This is UPI. I've got a clip of her interview with Ali Velshi on MSNBC. I'm going to play a brief moment of that. But first, I want to give you kind of the lay of the land with these 3 paragraphs from the UPI. Arizona AG says she won't drop state's fake electors case against Trump allies. 11 Republicans and 7 top aides to Trump were indicted by an Arizona grand jury in late April on accusations of conspiring to keep the former president in the White House through the use of fake electors, despite Joe Biden winning the state by more than 10,000 votes. In the wake of Trump being reelected president last week, there has been concern that he may make good on his promise to prosecute his political allies. Over the last several days, Trump's legal advisor and potential Attorney General Mike Davis, who I've talked about in a video since the election, he's the one that said he wanted to drag Democrat bodies through the streets and throw them off the wall and burn them. Dark stuff from someone who could be an Attorney General pick. Over the last several days, Trump's legal advisor and potential Attorney General Mike Davis has made comments suggesting they might come after New York Attorney General Letitia James, who won a $355 million civil fraud verdict against Donald Trump, and Special Counsel Jack Smith, who is prosecuting the president-elect for attempting to overturn the 2020 election. Get it together! UPI. Asked about Davis's comment, Mayes said they will not be intimidated. Well, as you can see in the article, it's they will not be intimidate, but it's intimidated is what they mean. This is top-notch journalism or top-notch grammar and punctuation and spelling there, everybody. Anyway, here is Kris Mayes saying those things to Ali Velshi on MSNBC, assuring the American people she's not asleep on the job. She's not afraid, and she will not be intimidated.
Kris Mayes, you're used to these legal fights, but this is a different flavor altogether, right? And by the way, you faced this in Arizona with people who are not engaging in sort of normal level legal or political fights, but go to these remarkable extremes. They're saying this stuff, and part of the effort in authoritarian governments is to try and make people fear so that they obey in advance. And that is the one thing our viewers need to know, that you, Kris Mayes, you, William Tong, will not do that.
No, we won't do that. We won't be cowed. We won't be intimidated. And, we never have. And this is a time for patriots to stand up for our Constitution, for us to remember that millions of Americans fought and sacrificed and died for our Constitution. And, just because one, I don't even know how to describe that individual, would say those disgusting things about the top law enforcement officer of the state of New York. Just because they say those things doesn't mean that we're going to stand down. Allie, as you know, I have a fake electors case in Arizona.
Yes.
I have no intention of bringing that case up. I have no intention of dropping that case. A grand jury in the state of Arizona decided that these individuals who engaged in an attempt to overthrow our democracy in 2020 should be held accountable. So we won't be cowed, we won't be intimidated, and patriots across the country must stand up for our Constitution, for what is lawful, and we will do that.
That is what we need more of. We need boldness in these times. We need fearlessness in these times. We need activism in these times. We need organizing in these times. And we can't just leave it to professionals and people in political office like Kris Mayes, like attorneys general all across the country. We can't leave it to judges to just get the job done. It's up to you too, and I'm not just talking about voting. Get involved where it really, really, really matters, and that is in your local community. Find an organization to volunteer with one day a week, a few hours a week. Whether that be a homeless advocacy organization or helping women be protected at an abortion clinic. If we're going to save the country, it's going to take more than just voting and political donations. It's going to take actual on-the-ground efforts to push back against fascism. I welcome you to this conversation. What ideas do you have? Comment them below. The voicemail line is also open, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I am on social media, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, at Dollemore. I welcome you. I would love to see you there. If I am your flavor of political commentator and you want to join the fight, help me reach the 10 to 25 million people that I do every month, I would encourage your support. I would be very appreciative of your support. For $1.99, you can do just that. Help me produce these videos and reach those people. Click the join button below, become a channel member. Go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I welcome you to the fight. It's going to be up to us. I appreciate you. Be genuine. Take care of one another. For many of us, weight can be a struggle. I know it is with me. As we head into the holiday season once again, which for many is the hardest time to stay healthy, I, for one, am determined to stay on target. You guys have certainly seen me through thick and thin. For sure. In appreciation of this support, I would like to share a tool that I've been using to keep me on leaner track, Lumen. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. With just one breath in the morning, Lumen measures your, or in this case, my metabolic flexibility, which is our body's ability to efficiently switch between different fuel sources like carbs and fats. The more flexible your metabolism, the healthier you are, because your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does. Optimizing your metabolic health carries many benefits, including improved energy levels, elevated fitness results, superior sleep, and easier weight management. Head to lumen.me/Dollemore to receive 15% off of your purchase and put your metabolic health in your own hands. With one breath, Lumen will give you daily macro recommendations based upon your own biofeedback, allowing you to put yourself in the most ideal state for losing excess fat, gaining muscle, and improving metabolic health. You can also breathe into Lumen before and after workouts and meals to see exactly what's going on in your body in real time. With Lumen giving you tips to keep you at the top of your game. No more one-size-fits-all nutritional strategies. Craft a healthier version of you with Lumen. Head to lumen.me/Dollemore to receive 15% off of your purchase. That's lumen.me/Dollemore. Probably should spell that one too, but I'm not gonna. For 15% off. Breathe out and take metabolic health into your own hands.